Welcome to Sparta. Let's get the echo down a bit, shall we? Well, a bit of calming music to start off my live. As you can see, I have a new venue at the head of the table. At the head of the table. Well, now I'm at the head of the table. Let us get into the Lord's Prayer, shall we? Something I do more than anyone else. For I am Michael the Archangel. See? Oh, technology. I see you there. I hope you're not a troll. I don't like trolls very much. I've built to slay them. Let's put this chat on the sea. All messages. Everyone has their opinion. But if you're going to say something nasty, then it's best not to say something at all. Hello, guys. How are you? It's good to see you. I have my new sort of backdrop, trying to work it out and get it all functional. More of a professional look. Believe it or not, I even got myself a Spartan toga, but I need to lose a little bit of guts first to make it actually look good. It didn't look well, especially when I put the belt on. It just made me look like I was a big fat king, a good King Wintless. More like Santa Claus. I hope you are well. Well, let's get into the Lord's Prayer, and we can get on with the rest of the chat. Here we go. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but to deliver us from evil. Hail Mary, full of grace. Amen. Now you have God in the day, in your night, whoever you may be on this great planet Earth of ours. Well, even though I've got it so I can sit right under the refrigerated air conditioning, because the rest of the house is ducted air conditioning, but that's evaporative, and it's more humid than anything else, especially in Australian heat. And this one is just like, like sitting in the car. Very relaxing. Yes, I thought I wasn't going to make it to my live tonight. I got a phone call from my nephew Joshua. He said, "Oh, come down the road quickly. These guys are going to start. I'll hold them off until you get here." It's an over-exaggeration as usual, but I rock up there, and he's arguing with his partner, and she's telling him to go along. Well, not so much like that, swearing and that. They've been drinking, see? And he wanted to fight this other guy, and the other guy's house that they was at, they both wanted to fight him, and well, I rocked up there. They went quiet. They put their shirts back on. I said, "You're going to get in the car? Because if I have to get out the car, I'm going to knock the whole three of you out." Because that's how I operate. Because really, I was just going out there to help him out with an argument with his woman. That's got nothing to do with me. So, he's lucky I do things like that for my family. Go above and beyond. But yes, still, you losing me as the big uncle that, no one messes with. I just rock up, I just sit there in the car and just give a look and just go, "Well, what are you going to do? Do I turn the car off or I get out or what?" No one threw any punches, no one threw anything. He was just drunk. He got a bit jealous. His girlfriend, the guy that he got jealous over, she's known him longer than she's known them. So, and one thing led to another. Typical argument, really. But when you're going to get around drinking and taking drugs, it's bound to happen. I just diffused the situation, get him out of there, took him home back to his dad's, and says, "Well, what can I do? I'm not going to waste my time because you're arguing with that woman. Otherwise I'll just get out and I would have knocked the whole three of you clean out." And he knows I would have. That's why he calls me. That's why everyone calls me. I don't like hitting people, but when I hit them, they stay hit. They feel it. I can't help that. Sometimes justice needs to be handed out with a stiff hand. Like when God thought he needed to deal out justice to the whole world with a stiff hand. He went and he flooded it. And he thought, "Oh gee, I just about destroyed all life." That was a mistake, so he made a promise by putting up the rainbow that he would never do it again. It's funny that In Aboriginal culture, in the ancient dreaming culture, when we see the rainbow, that's the rainbow serpent arching her great back to keep the sky from the earth, so we have the air. The story I was told that when she did that, well, she had her first shedding of her skin. She grew bigger, and that tail is over in Inamika, I think it's called, over in the New South Wales. That's the starting of the tail, and it goes all the way through under the ground and above the ground. You have to know what you're looking for to follow that trail. It goes all the way through under Alice Springs, all the way across the Northern Territory and into South Australia, and then into West Australia, where the head goes, where the head lies. And that amount of distance there, if you arched up a snake, it's the exact same distance that the air and the oxygen and everything can hold the atmosphere. Isn't that strange? The actual dimensions are exactly what the earth is. Yet that's our ancient way of understanding it. That's very strange. But it's true nonetheless. Now that snake skin, that can get down, or can go down a kilometer, 2 kilometers under the ground and come back up. But you got to know where it's gonna come back up. When it comes back up, it can only be like a stone wide, or it could be a massive hill. Depends. There's a certain track, a certain color of country, and only if you're on it can you actually see it and keep following it. If you step off to the side, you won't get it again. You won't find it. You won't find it at all. It's like the most famous Lassiter's Reef. A guy called Lassiter went out, come back with some samples, and he said, I found this reef that's kilometers long, full of gold. And they went back out there and they never found it again. That's because that's a seasonal reef. What he didn't realize is he just happened to be lucky at the time when the sand dune was away from it. But when he went away, when that storm came through, it would have covered it up again, and he would have never found it again. That's on a cycle. Sometimes it could be 10 years, sometimes it could be 100 before it exposes itself. I've got a general idea where it is. You had the right surveying equipment. Some pretty harsh country, but if you got out there with that, you could find it. Well, I could. Oh, it's the cat eating his biscuits. I was wondering what that noise was. Maxwell, the biscuit cat. Strange. One cat, he likes the bloody liquid food. Another cat likes biscuits. Maxwell, geez, he must be very hungry. Very hungry indeed, cat. But yes, Maxwell is his name because he's at maximum capacity, that cat. Oh, hello, what's the dots? Dot. I don't understand dots. Ah, well, CD Bear. Welcome you to the chat anyways. This is the Archangel Michael. You are privileged to be with the Archangel Michael, moderator for Wolfgang Amadeus and the famous Jaguar Wright, award-winning freedom fighter. And that's pretty cool. I reckon that's cool nonetheless. Oh, tomorrow night. I was going to get it tonight, but it's very deep inside the shed. But tomorrow night, we have a special guest who's fully automated and runs all on his own. And he's the droid. His name is R2D2. We're going to have him in on the chat tomorrow night. And you're going to see he's a lot of fun. To me, it's a lot of money spent on a very cheeky robot. Oh, I've got 2 modes for him. I could switch him off so he can't crawl around because he can get around automated by himself. And with his sensors and he works out around the house where to go. He can answer questions. He can even dance. He can do everything what the one does in the movie. But he's a quarter the size. Very expensive for a very cheeky bot. He destroys everything that's got batteries in it. He'll turn off the PlayStation and he will cheekily go up and perv on your wife or your partner while she's in the shower. Strange little robot indeed. He's got the personality. He is a true robot in all the sense of things. It's actually quite expensive and a very good collectible. You don't get them much anymore. Well, you do the latest version, but nothing like him. Nothing like him at all. They've got the ability to build up a 3D image of your house. When you turn it on, they know exactly where to go. It's really, really freaky. He's really, really interactive. Like, totally. You can let him go on by himself, and he'll go around the house by himself. Crazy. But we'll bring him on tomorrow night. And you will see. Modern technology. Now, soon, we're going to have droids available out on the streets. The cheapest ones are $125,000 that you can buy now. Enter the Android, people. Enter the drone. That's the new way. Like I said, this war coming up is going to do with the physical, the spiritual, and the digital. There's nothing I can do about that. Yes. If you see what I hear and do about digital, well, they say AI. Well, said we invented the program to make AI. But when the information goes in, we don't know what it's actually doing, how it's processing that information. And I found that rather strange. And that's the people that built it. They know how they built it. They know how it's supposed to function. Right? But it's also got that functionation that when you put information into it, it's up to what that computer system wants to do, where it wants to put it, and how it wants to catalog it, or how it wants to use it. And that's what they can't work out, how it's able to do that. They just know it can do that. See, they know the science, they built the science, but they still don't know the science. That's why it's a learning computer. And we're learning just as much as that is, but that's learning at the fast geometric rate. Soon they'll be able to take over control of everything, and they'll call it Skynet, which they've already called it. They've called it Skynet already, believe it or not. How silly. You've got a movie out there with the Terminator and the Skynet, and look what happened there. And they go and build a system and call it that nonetheless. How strange indeed. How strange. Skynet. It's like that sky. That's the same as what's his name? Elon Musk talks about that Skynet bloody satellite system that he's got. Well, like I said, Skynet is ancient Chinese. The Chinese believed that the gods had an all-powerful, invisible net, and they could detect everything going on in the universe. Nothing in the universe happened without them knowing, or their control over it. So it's another control factor. That's all it is. You find they will not release technology unless they can use it for profit or control factor. And coming up, very good information that I'll be bringing. Oh yes, I've been studying up. Once I compile it, you're going to get a bit of a shock. Some of the things that we naturally use in everyday society, there's actually a chemical inside it that helps block our brains from progressing further, thus keeping us in a dumb state so they can indoctrinate us and allowedly do what they do in the government. When back in the days of old, people used to revolt and drag them in the street and hang them. You see, people have come too complacent. You become dumb, but you might think you're smart. It's like you, Kiki Eyes, if you're still there, well, gee, all I can say is us oldies, we got to keep getting up no matter how old we feel, and still go to work in one way or another. That's the worst thing. Work. When you're old, but you have to keep going. That's the way life is. I mean, there used to be a happy old retirement. Get to 65 and you can retire, they say. And nowadays, you get to 65 and they got you working in a fast food restaurant like a 15-year-old. Because otherwise, you're not a non-functioning person of society. Now, if you set yourself up a retirement and had all that cashed away, well, maybe you would have been right. Maybe I would be right. I've got a little bit of superannuation here and there, but not enough to retire on. I can give you the tip. Well, there you go. It's all about that money factor. Money that doesn't even belong to us. When we buy the item, that item belongs to us. But as long as we've got cash in our pockets, it belongs to the government. The money, otherwise that's why you can't destroy it. So technically, money in the bank is more your money than it is cash in your wallet or your purse. Technically. But even then, why trust the banks? Why use just electronical and you get charged $2 every time you want to try and move $50? You know what I mean? The banks make more money out of that. So after that's moved, how many times? 10 times. Oh, no, what was it? 20. Yeah, well, after that's moved 20 times, there's not much left of that $50. Whereas a $50 note, when you pass it over to the shopkeeper, he can't rip that up. He can give you change with the smaller cash, but he can't rip. That's always going to be a $50 note. It's never going to devalue, see? Whereas electronically, if they're going to charge you $2 every time you move $50 because it costs money to do electric, well, you've got to have $52. It's going to cost you more every single time. And if they're going to get their $2 out of that $50, well, by the time that $50 has traveled 20 times, there's only $10 left. The bank and the government absorbs all that. They reabsorb it through fees and taxes. You see how that is? So we need both systems of monetary functioning. We need both digital and both physical money. There's not enough money in the world. I'm not going to rely on digital. I mean, as soon as the power goes off, how's anyone going to get their eggs or their bread or their milk for the morning? You can't. You understand that? You can't. They'll have control. And you have a look at all the systems of government all around the world. They must have total control over the power grids so they can switch it off whenever they want. Switch you off whenever they want. That's what they call control. It's the same as the water. I mean, especially in America, you've got some terrible water district. You've got one state there that all this water falls in it, and it's very dry sometimes in Colorado, I think, and you're not allowed to even collect rainwater. Technically, the water that hasn't even fallen out the sky belongs to the state. You can't even collect rainwater. So they force you to buy. See, they force you to buy two of the most things that we need to exist: oxygen and water. You pay carbon tax. That's environmental, so that's going to keep your fucking air clean. So you already pay for air that you breathe, right? Simple as that. Carbon tax on everything that you fucking got. Even the fucking veggies in there, because it takes carbon to move that veggies around. Carbon tax on everything that you touch that has to be moved around, even your own vehicle. So you pay for the quality of the air that you're already paying for your air. And you have to pay for your water. Not many places in the world where you can walk up and get free water. I like how they bullshit you and say, oh, you come over to this country and yeah, we pour you the free water called bullshit. It's $4 a bottle. And it's usually not even bottled in that same country. Crazy. Living in the world where you come out to the desert and all you need is a glass of water. And they're going to charge you for it. And that glass of water would keep you alive. But they will just watch you die because you don't have the $4 in your pocket. That's the world we want to live in? I don't. I don't wish to live in a world like that. But anyway, we seem to. Well, this is Sparta. Sorry, I got my head down. I'm trying to think what I want to do. There's not much I've got prepared, otherwise I would have had it prepared. And I'm waiting for what Jag's next move is. Been looking at that homie CC. He's been making waves, eh? I've compiled a few pictures of the people that he's been talking to. I was going to make it short. Possibly. I might turn them into post yet. But he's stepping on toes. He's dobbing in everybody. He's got all the receipts. For some reason. Because he knows he's the flavor of the month. He's the guy that looks like the big, I know everything. I'm a big security guard. The pictures that I got, he looks like he can barely move. He looks like he suffers a shitload of gout. And there's no way he's doing a fucking chin-up. So he's a complete waste of oxygen. Any man that cannot do a chin-up is a waste of oxygen. Plain and simple. Unless you're physically disabled or you're in retirement age because that's your privilege. Yeah, Nicky getting the fake gold. Yes, that's right. Not the drink from the sky. Well, you get free water. Well, we've got to end up, you got water rates and you end up paying the water bill. I mean, it says, you say not to drink water from the sky. Well, hell damn, that Wongong Dam. I mean, suppose some of the fluoride they put in the water to try and clean it and everything like that there is bad for you. We'll do a whole live on the bad things, and fluoride is one of them. One of the what's it? That's an ingredient that makes the brain receptors not recept. Do you understand that one? It slows you down. It's one of the things they put into society to keep us dumb. There's a few of them, and that's one of them. Right? But the water we get out of the tap, you don't have to filter it. You really don't. Some people might say, oh, that's a bit funny first off, until you get used to it, because you know how it is. But our water is the cleanest, purest water in the world. I mean, gee, you can see straight to the bottom of that reservoir up there, and it's pretty deep. It's very deep. It's crystal clear. Beautiful water. But yes, I mean, our water here was so good that when we used to go over to the eastern states, to South Australia, they had actually asked my dad to take 3 or 4 20-litre bottles and fill them up because they like the taste of our water better. See, in Adelaide, when they pour water, it comes out brown. Unless you got to sit the cup there and wait for the sediment to come down. That's crazy. You know? That's nuts. So yes, you definitely have to have a filter on your tap over in South Australia. And all them other states there, well, I remember tasting Melbourne water when I was a kid, and I did not like it very much. It tasted like you was drinking it out of the toilet. It didn't taste very nice. You know, you shouldn't be able to taste water like that. You know? So, God knows what the rest of them. Queensland water will be alright because they've got all that Murray River scheme, or not the Murray River scheme, they've got all that Snowy Mountains water. That'll be nice and fresh. But it depends. But all I know is West Australia, we've got the best dams and some of the cleanest water in the world. Lucky in a way, but we cop it in the heat because it's very, very hot. Very hot indeed. Well, I'm going to play a little bit of music. I'm going to have a little break. I'll come back. Maybe I might have some more content. So you're still there, Kiki Eyes. If you want to go make yourself a coffee or do something for the next 3 or 4 minutes, well, you can. We'll see where we're going. Sorry about the water. Might make you want to go to the toilet. I'll come back and I'll tell you about this. That's the message stick. Now, this is just like life. It's like everyone's life. They've got a candle. There's only so much that you get given. And once it's gone, it's gone. Nothing can be done about that. No, everyone's got the amount of spark in them, just like the sparkler. They only built it to go so far. That's like the human race. God promises you 70 good years. It's up to you whether you want to get there or not, and if you want to succeed going past that. But it also says no man really lives past that 120. I mean, look at your body. Your body is not very good. It's about quality of life. And when you get to the end, the spark is a little bit of a spick. And then, that is it. And that is the end. We all have to face that one way or another. We all face death alone in the end. As scary as that is. Because it is us that has to take that next step to the other side. Whether you're going to go to the other side or not. That's up to how you live your life here. Now, how you live your life here, well, is not exactly how things are done and how God wants them to be done. But He gives us room for true redemption, to redeem yourself, to ask for forgiveness. So what you are here on this world, yes, we are given the privilege to be whatever we want. God has given us that privilege. That started the whole war in the first place of heaven. We're given this privilege. Simple as that. But when you get up to heaven, you may have to repent your ways, how you was down here. Unfortunately, that's just the way heaven rolls. Very funny, that. Well, I got 5 more years out. You got okay, guys, 5 more years, she reckons, to 70. Oh, God. No, I think you're going to live a lot longer, guys, when you come back and see this. You're going to live a lot longer than you realize. Probably might even get to 100. The body will feel pretty worn out. But I reckon you might get a bit better innings than 70. Me, well, we'll see. The way things are going, it looks like I'm going to be 75 before this comes to the end for me. So I might get 5 good years after 70. But that's just the way it goes. I know when I finish this task, I'll be an old man. I'll see a lot of people I love and that go. I don't want to see that, but I know I will. Unfortunately. Yes. Unfortunately. And what we've seen that already. Online. There's been people pass away. I mean, yes, he was found out to be a liar and a fraud. But still, you don't wish death on somebody. And he passed away. Maybe the stress of online and that took its toll. People don't realize that. Death is never good. Okay? Even when you come to punish somebody. But we all must die, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. Unless you're a McDonald's cheeseburger or a Twinkie, you're not going to last forever. You're not going to last forever. As much as we want to, but that's pretty vain, see? You don't want to let your vanity get to you. God doesn't really like that. That's not good and healthy for you either. Well, tomorrow night we'll have our special guest, R2D2, come in. You're going to see he's quite a funny character. Indeed. For the money I spent on a cheeky little bastard. No wonder I keep him turned off. Well, this is the Archangel Michael signing off for now. We've had fill up music. I don't need to do that. So, I wish you well, and God bless. And we'll see you soon. Stay safe. I'm ready whatever God gives me. Yeah, well, me too. And God gives me some pretty cruel tasks, but I do them nonetheless. I've got to find out how to do them, and I've been doing them one way or another, Kiki Eyes. I've been doing God's work. I give hope where there is none. When I come into a chat, I can equalize that. I promote and help people with no reward. Neither do I ask for any, other than to be recognized. Because everyone likes to be recognized. No one likes to be put out onto the side. And that's what God is thinking that humans are doing to him. He thinks that he's all pushing him away like that. And that's pretty sad. You know, when your God feels lonely like this, well, how else are we supposed to? He's supposed to lead by example. But like I said, one way or another, with the people look at it, I've been doing everything the Archangel Michael does. I can go into other chats that no one else can, do things that no one else can, know things that no one else does. Everything but the wings and the halo. Oh, at the end of the week, I might have a set of wings, actually. I've seen one there. It's going to be pretty good. It's going to be pretty good. You're going to like it. People are going to start getting some hope, some real faith, some real belief. And then you'll realize, I am Michael the Archangel, and this is Sparta. Catch you next time.